So we've all seen this Lego U-Wing set here. Set 75399, released last year for $70 in 2025. Now, this is a great set. I do really like this thing, I'll be honest. One of my favorite Rebel Starfighter ships that they've ever released. I think it's a great build. I don't own the 2016 one, but overall, I think this one is really great. But let's see what you can do with two of them. This here is what you can do if you get two of these sets. This is an alternate build by codyaner.bricks on Rebrickable, and I just wanted to say, this thing blows that thing out of the water. Like, I really did like that 2025 U-Wing set, the one that this is made out of, but this thing just, it makes it look like a MIDI scale set. Like, this thing is incredible. So, now that got the intro out of the way, I'll get right into a closer look on this thing. So, going into the side-by-side with these, this one on the left is the official Playscale one, and then the one on the right is the alt build. Couldn't tell by the size difference, but just clarifying that. Then we have this cart here that you also do get with the alt build. Now, it's nothing special. You just get some like little tanks here, but I do kind of like how they use the spring-loaded shooter there to add a little extra texture on it. I think that's a cool idea, but overall, nothing too special here. Just a cool little extra thing you get with the alt build. Now, the official set here, if you haven't already seen this set before, I'll give it a quick rundown, but if you want specifics on it, go watch another review. I'm not going to go too into detail on this. You have the one figure in the cockpit here, and then you have the pretty small troop bay here. It's you can fit a figure, maybe two in there if you're really creative with it, but overall, it's pretty small for the set. But like I said, I do like this thing. I don't think you're getting ripped off, even at full retail price on this set. At $70, I don't think it's that crazy. You can pretty much find it anywhere for $55, which I think is a great deal for this. But when you put into perspective with this being $110 in my eyes, it just feels so small. Like, this thing is incredible. So we're going to take a better look at that now. I'll move the playset out of the way, and then we can take a close look at the alt build. So this is what you get for $110 to $140 if you're paying retail or paying sale prices. I would recommend paying sale prices, especially if you're doing alt builds like this. Now, even at $140, I don't think this is a bad deal. Like I said, I'd recommend paying the $110. At $110, I would highly recommend this. And let's get a closer look on it. First off, the wings are like one stud wider, and when you open them up, they do make this thing look absolutely enormous. It takes up probably 2/3 of my table here just in the width, and it just looks huge with the wings open if it wasn't already big enough with them closed. Now, back to the actual structure of the ship. One small complaint I would have is when opening and closing the wings. The wings are so long that it is a little wobbly because all you have is these hinges here, but that's not really something you can work around, and it's still fine that way. I would say that's like a small downside on a incredible build that this is. So if we open up the cockpit here, you can see that you can actually fit two figures in here as opposed to the one you can fit on the official set, which is really nice. That was a big complaint that I know a lot of people had. And then another big complaint a lot of people had was the size of the troop bay. Now, unfortunately, this one doesn't fix the problem of sliding doors, but you can fit a few figures in there. I believe you can fit like 4 to 6 if you're really careful with it and kind of squeeze them in there, but they do only fit sitting down. I know that was another issue people had, was you couldn't fit standing figures in there, but unfortunately, I don't think that's realistically possible with an alt build of this set. Now, here's just an example of what a figure looks like inside. I just have the dead drawer from the set here. Now, it's kind of hard to see in there, but you do have a little pathway here to go into the underside of the cockpit here, which I do think is pretty cool. More accurate to the movie. Unfortunately, it doesn't go up here. There's no way to really make that connection, but I do think it's cool that they added those extra details in there. Another complaint I know a lot of people had was the size of the engines. Now, this fixes that. The engines are probably about double the size. Now, I mean, makes sense. Pretty much everything in this build is about double the size of what was in the official set because you have double the pieces. So, of course, it's going to be a lot bigger. Now, going into the back of the build here, if you just wanted a closer look at the engines, you also have this small compartment here that you can put some blasters in or whatever you want to put in there. I don't have anything in there at the moment, but I just think it's a cool little addition. You know, everything extra that you can add. I mean, I believe that is on the official set as well, but just everything extra that you can add that kind of keeps the feeling of this just being an upscaled version of the official set is really cool. Overall, I do think this is a very, very good alt build. I would highly recommend this to anyone that likes the U-Wing. And let's go back to the other camera angle. So overall, how would I rate this thing? I would probably give it like a 9 out of 10. I think the only thing, which I don't even know if this is possible, is maybe some slight stability upgrades. It is a little fragile at certain parts, but like that's expected with alternate builds, mocks, etc. And making the troop bay doors slide. But again, I don't think that's possible. That's just an issue that there is with the set, not necessarily this. But overall, if you don't already own a U-Wing and like the ship, go for this. If you already own one of the playsets and find a good deal on a second one, go for this. This thing is absolutely incredible. It is by far the best alternate build I have ever done, and it is by far the best alternate build that is available for this set. So, enough of that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos in this style type of thing down below in the comments, because I know I normally do the videos of me sitting at my desk just talking. So if you want to see me out in the open here looking at some actual Lego, let me know down in the comments below, and have a great day. Bye.